Good morning, everybody. Today is the second day that I'm going live on my channel. My name is Robin, and I want to welcome everybody here. I would like to make a special welcome to a few people who took the time to comment on some of my videos over the past month. I'd like to welcome Matt on here and David White, Andrea Villalobos, Jacques, Leila Schultz, Terry Mullins, Sandra Jordan, Barbara Jeffries. I want to say a special thank you to Huxley and to Finley for watching my videos. Marley, Pearson, Peyton, and Silas. They're very special to me. And it means a whole lot to me that they take the time to watch. Let's see, who else? Wiley P. and Sherry Herring. Those are the folks that have interacted with me through comments. And I would like to give a very special thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. Now, I'm just waiting for a few people to come on into the chat and possibly tell me where you're from. When I go into my analytics, I find that things are being viewed from all over the world, and that just really, really blows my mind. So far, I don't see anybody in the chat, but let me welcome everybody. So this is just an open forum discussion to just get to know my viewers and form a community. And hopefully that grows as time goes on. I'm in my 4th month of YouTube videos. And so far, to date, I checked this morning, I reached the 30,000 view mark, and I have 96 people who have subscribed to my channel, and I really want to say thank you. So yesterday, it was a rainy, cold day, and I woke up this morning. It was 50 degrees in the house. Therefore, I have my trusty house coat on, and you'll see that in a lot of the videos. Let me start a little bit by talking about when I brought my baby chocolate Orpingtons home. That was on March 3rd. And I have videos of how I started them out in the house. And I let the dogs interact with them by not scolding them when they got close, but let them smell the chicks. And as I got the chicks out of the brooder, I would hold them up close to the dogs and introduce them and interact and make sure that they were comfortable having the chicks here in the house. Then as they grew, I moved them out into the garage, into a larger container where they could move around a bit and have their food and water. And when I would go out into the garage, I would bring the dogs with me. and I would talk to the dogs, and I would pet the dogs, and they would stand up on the brooder because it's a big metal tub. And oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, welcome to my live chat. And I see people are coming in now. If you could leave a comment as to where you're from, where you're watching from. So now the chicks are 8 weeks old, and I have moved them outside into their chicken coop in an 8x10 uh, cage off to the side, if you will, so that they can go inside and they can go outside. And once they were used to that for a week or so, then I started opening the door and letting them out in the backyard, and they really, really enjoy the backyard. They're able to eat fresh grass and weeds and scratch in the dirt and eat the bugs and the worms. And it's really fun when one gets a hold of a worm. The chicken takes off, and the chase has begun, and everybody's chasing. And then it's just a game of tag. Everybody runs through the yard, and it's fun to watch. So yesterday, or the day before, I cleaned up the chicken coop. It was dirty from a previous flock that I had. So anybody got any questions out there that they would like to have answered? I'll be glad to take questions about the chickens or about the dogs. And a funny thing has happened this week where I've been letting them out in the yard. When it starts to turn dark, they all gather underneath a chair on the back patio that I sit in. And so I have to carry them 2 by 2 up to the chicken coop and set them on the perch and say goodnight. So I literally tuck my chickens into bed at night, and I'm hoping that one day they'll figure out that they can do this by themselves. But for right now, it's really cute. So let's see, how many people do I have in the chat? Well, I actually don't have anybody in the chat, but I do have people watching, and I think that's awesome. So this morning it was 50 degrees outside. Like I said yesterday, it was rainy, and this morning I have my coffee. I hope you have your coffee. Do we have any questions that I can answer? I have 3 dogs that are rescues. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Robin, and I live in South Carolina, and my channel is UrbanSC for South Carolina Lady. And I started this channel in January, and I'm hoping that it grows and I get more followers, more subscribers. And you can help me out on that by commenting on my videos. I have a lot of shorts out there about the chickens and the dogs. They're titled Silly Dogs, Silly Chickens, and then a subject matter behind that at Urban South Carolina Lady. So my rescue dogs are Jackson, who I got as a puppy. He's a black lab, and he's about 9 years old now. And Nina was my grandson's dog, and she's a pit bull mix, but she's just so friendly and cuddly. And then I have Holly that I got right around Christmas time, and she's a blue heeler mix, and she loves to herd my chickens. She'll, she just can't help herself. Uh, if the chickens get too far into the bottom part of my yard, uh, Holly will go down there and round them up. Welcome to all people who are watching. I see someone coming in and coming out, and I don't know if they're having technical issues or if I'm having technical issues. Can you leave a comment in the chat if you can hear me or not? I know some YouTubers are having trouble with their volumes and they're not able to hear until you end the live stream and then you go back out and start over again. So, is everybody able to hear me? And where are you from? So, I've been retired now since I was 62. I'm now 68. So, I'm 6 years into retirement. And I would really like to gather a community of friends that can uh, talk about retirement things, their challenges, and their things that they enjoy. So, in talking about my chickens, I bought 10. Um, one didn't make it, which is very typical of tiny little baby chickens. Then as I had moved them outside into their cage, one disappeared, and I think there was a predator had gotten the one baby chick because I found some feathers, and that wasn't a nice moment for me. However, I still have 8 beautiful chocolate Orpingtons, and they're growing incredibly fast. I believe one is a rooster, and I've named him Clyde. And at least, at least I hope he's a rooster with a name like Clyde. So that leaves me with 7 hens. So I should average when they start laying their eggs in about 5 to 6 months now. I should average about 5 or 6 eggs a day, and that will make me really happy because that's just enough eggs for me. And if I get overwhelmed with eggs, what I do is I will break 1 egg into the dog dish. So that's and I mix it up and let the dogs have the protein from the eggs. So the dogs have become accustomed to having the chicks in the backyard, and I have a video on that how I train the dogs. There's a couple of videos. If you go back into my silly dog videos, best of the silly dog videos, uh, there's a playlist there that shows how I train the dogs, and they're doing well. Holly and Jackson they don't pay any mind or any attention to the chickens. They'll walk out there with me and they'll sniff them a little bit, but they really don't pay attention. Now Holly, her little nickname is Holly Bird. And the reason why she is named Holly Bird is because when my grandson had her at his house, she would literally jump and catch birds out of the air, midair. And this was a game for her. So with Nina, I'm having to work a little bit more because every once in a while she gets that hunter instinct and she'll start staring at one of the chickens. So I don't allow her. Welcome to my chat. Um, I don't allow Nina out in the yard by herself with the chickens because that's going to eventually just be too tempting while they're still small. Once they get bigger, I really don't think she'll pay any attention. But that's that's the story of the chickens and the dogs for now. Um, why did I choose chocolate Orpingtons? Well, one, they're a rare breed of Orpingtons from the English Orpingtons that came over from England. Uh, I haven't ever had the chocolate variety prior to today. I have had Buff Orpingtons, and I've had several other variety of chickens in the past. I'd say for the past 4 or 5 years, I've tried different types of chickens, and I found that the Orpingtons are a much friendlier bird. They don't tend to jump over the 6 foot privacy fence that I have. The other chickens that I owned, I had to clip their wings, and that doesn't make me happy. I feel like that's against nature, and I just don't like to do that. So um, the Buff Orpingtons are very gentle. They're a larger breed bird. They lay a almost pink colored egg. It's a very subtle hue of pink, so you could maybe call it a tan or a beige colored egg, and they're usually large to extra large eggs, and I really enjoy that. Let's see, what's happened in my week this week of being a old retired lady. Um, let's see what has happened. Well, I I did some spring cleaning in the backyard. I hired a gentleman to come haul off some trash that was in the backyard, and he cut my grass and he did all the weed eating. And that I won't say that was exciting, but it was satisfying to know that my yard was taken care of. And it got some pretty heavy use over the past couple of years with some heavy equipment that was being parked here. And I'm trying to regenerate my lawn and keep the trash cleaned up. So I did have a DMV debacle, and this, I guess, it equates to old age, memory lapse. Um, my car tags had expired at the end of March, and I noticed probably about 5 days into April that my tags were expired, which didn't give me a good feeling because um, I was unknowingly driving with expired plates, and I wasn't legal. So that uh, gave me some concern. So I came in the house and made a payment to the DMV, patiently staying at home until I got the little sticker in the mail. Well, a few days later, as I was housebound, because I didn't want to drive, I got a letter from the DMV stating that I owed an additional $10 before I could before they could mail me my sticker. So there again, I went and went online and I paid my little $10, and now I'm waiting for my sticker. So pretty much the whole month of April, I have been at home in the house without driving my car. And that just comes from absent mindedness, I guess, from getting older. So um, I'm looking at my notes here to see what I have covered and what I haven't covered. And I would like to thank you all for watching. And I pretty much have covered everything that I wanted to say. And I don't see any questions popping up in the chat. So I guess I will tell you all to have a wonderful day. I hope that your Monday is going well. And I also hope that the rest of your week goes uh, good for you also. I want to ask you to please like and subscribe and share the fact that I'm having a Monday morning chat at 11 o'clock, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you all for viewing. Until next time, have a good day.